Okay, so let's talk about, are you experiencing self-sabotage? So as always, I'm Rebecca Lockwood, your neurolinguistic programming trainer, hypnotherapy trainer, and breakthrough coach trainer. I also train a couple of other modalities, including hypnotherapy, I just said hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, EFT, energy, and a couple of other bits and bobs that really support you to support your clients to break through to the next level of success. I'm regularly featured in places like BBC, Cosmopolitan, Marie Claire, Harper's Bazaar, Elle Magazine, Marie Claire, just said that one. Doing a lot of repeating this morning. But let's dive into, are you experiencing self-sabotage? You can tell it's early, can't you? Hi, Savina. I'm travelling to London today to watch Moulin Rouge at the West End, and I'm so excited. But I wanted to come and talk about this topic because we're talking about it a lot this week and next week in our free training, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, which I'm so excited about. If you're on Facebook with me, you can find the link to sign up to that free in the link in the description. And if you're on Instagram with me, you can find it in the link in my profile. But let's quickly talk about this. So are you experiencing self-sabotage? So what is self-sabotage? We kind of touched on it yesterday when I spoke about things that you may be experiencing and blocks that you may be experiencing. Self-sabotage is when you may have a goal or you may have something that you're working towards, or perhaps actually it's just in your general life. And what you do is you sabotage your efforts of, for example, if it's in a day-to-day life, it could be that you're in a relationship and you're happy in your relationship and then you cause an argument. That's an example of self-sabotage, because perhaps you may, at the subconscious level, not believe that you're worthy of having a happy relationship, and so you cause an argument, and that's like a form of self-sabotage. And unfortunately, that's a really common one as well. I've experienced that myself in the past, and thankfully finding neurolinguistic programming really helped me to become really self-aware of that and be able to do something about it. So that's an example of it in your day-to-day life. It could be that perhaps you have a goal, or there's something that you want to achieve, something that you're working towards, and you either, one, don't take any action towards making it happen. That's a form of self-sabotage because you're sabotaging being able to achieve that thing. Or it could be that you start to take some action, you start to get some results, but then you stop taking that action and you don't really know why. You don't really know why you've stopped taking the action. Or it could be that you are taking action, but then you stop taking, you're taking action, you start to get some results, and then you start taking different actions, and then you start questioning, like, why is it not working? And it's because you've changed what it is that you're doing, but again, you're not quite sure why you've done that. And so that's like a form of self-sabotage. Another example is if, for example, I want to use the example in like Blockbuster. Like Blockbuster were like a brick and mortar video business, weren't they? It feels weird saying that word, video, like the cassette tapes, didn't they? Are they cassette tapes? The videotapes. And you used to go to Blockbuster, didn't you? And you used to then pick your movie. I remember my friend actually that I'm going to see Moulin Rouge with today, we used to do like girly nights, and we used to go to Blockbuster, pick a movie, get some popcorn, go home, watch the movie and have a sleepover. And then they needed to adapt their business model in order to still be successful, but they were kind of stuck in their ways, and they really self-sabotaged, didn't they? Right? They said, no, we're not doing that, we're going to stay as what we are. And then, well, they went bust. Hi, Savina. And they went bust. So I mean, that's like a big example, but in individual people's like lives and businesses, it could be that you have a successful business and then you are reluctant to make changes to what you've currently been doing or previously been doing, because perhaps previously you were getting a great result and then you stopped getting that great result and you're not adapting to the change that is necessary in order to get that result. That's another form of self-sabotage. And it's all unconscious, like it lies within us at the deep subconscious, it's very rooted. And what it usually stems from is a limiting belief. Now, a limiting belief is something like, I can't do that. I'm not good enough to do that. I'm not worthy of having that. And these limiting beliefs, what happens is sometimes we may consciously be aware of them and sometimes we're not, right? And when I experienced a limiting belief, my limiting beliefs were I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy of having that. I had no idea. So in my previous business, I had a fashion business and we brought the store to your door. It was called Rococo Woman, and I had a team of fashion consultants. I was on the biggest growth accelerator in the world and I was winning business awards. You know, on the outside looking in, things looked like they were going amazing. And then I just used to sit down at my computer and stare into space. And I felt like I couldn't take action. So I completely self-sabotaged, but I had no idea that that's what was happening. What I told myself in my mind was, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this business anymore. And after about 6 months, I decided to close the business down. Didn't even sell it. I just closed it down. So, you know, that was a classic form of self-sabotage. I had a classic form of self-sabotage where I had something amazing and I'd worked so hard for 3 solid years to get it to the point where it was. And then I just sabotaged it all by closing it down and not even, you know, because I told myself I didn't want to do it. And then afterwards, it wasn't long after that I stumbled upon neurolinguistic programming. I found out about what self-sabotage is, about what limiting beliefs are, about what imposter syndrome is, about what, you know, being aware of your negative self-talk. And, you know, some people aren't aware of their negative self-talk, but there's feelings that go with that negative self-talk that leave you feeling a certain way, which then we also act in accordance with, right? Because when we filter information in from the world around us and from our reality, what we're doing is we're creating internal representations, and then we're projecting them internal representations out into the world, which leads to our behaviors. So if we have a limiting belief, so in my case, when I had a limiting belief of I'm not good enough and I'm not worthy enough to have that, I was then projecting, even though I wasn't consciously aware that that's what was happening, I was then projecting that out into the world, which led to them self-sabotaging behaviors of closing my business down, right? So are you experiencing self-sabotage? Maybe ask yourself, you know, dive a little deeper and ask yourself, like, what's going on in my life right now? Am I seeing the results that I want to see? And we have developed, me and my team have developed a really great quiz which helps you to understand where you may be experiencing some challenges and some blocks. If you're on Facebook with me, you can find the link in the description. If you're on Instagram with me, you can message me and I'll pop you the link over. We also have a really exciting free training, Change Your Mind, Change Your Life, starting next week. I'm so excited about this because last time we ran it, we had some amazing results for the ladies who joined us. Within that training, I'm going to be diving into further about what neurolinguistic programming is, how to understand our minds, how to understand why we think the way we think, how to make changes how to make changes to the way that we think if there's something that's not working for us or something that we're not satisfied with. So the Change Your Mind, Change Your Life link, if you're on Instagram with me, it's in the link in my profile, so you can grab it in there and sign up for free. If you're on Facebook, it's in the description. Was this helpful? Let me know if any of this has resonated with you, or if you've got any further questions, do feel free to pop me a message. We also have our Neurolinguistic Programming Foundations course, which is a bit of a deeper dive. It's a foundational course than what I'm speaking about today. So it's a bit of a deeper dive on what I've spoken about today into learning neurolinguistic programming and breakthrough coaching. And you can find the link for that again. If you're on Facebook with me, it's in the link in the description. And if you're on Instagram, you can pop me a message for the link. Have an amazing day. I know I'm going to have an amazing day. I'm so excited. I'm going to be traveling to London. I'm watching Moulin Rouge live this evening. So excited. It's like my favorite in the whole world. You can tell it's early because my hair's even still wet. Okay, have an amazing day. If you've got any questions, pop me a message and I'll catch you hopefully on the free training next week. Change Your Mind, Change Your Life. Okay.